Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep are the makers of premium mattresses that are customized to suit your needs and conveniently shipped right to your door. You can take the Helix Sleep quiz like I did and it will match you with the perfect mattress. For example, I happen to be a side sleeper. I prefer a firmer style mattress and I share my bed with my husband. And the sleep quiz came up with the perfect compromise and we matched with the Helix Sleep Dusk Luxe, and we've had it for a couple years now and we are getting terrific sleep. And especially if you compare it to our old mattress, which we inherited, and while it served us well, it definitely needed to be replaced. And besides the great comfort, what I really appreciated about our Helix Sleep mattress is that it came rolled up very conveniently in a cardboard box. So it was really easy to maneuver up our narrow set of stairs, and I was able to install the mattress myself. And 2 years later, we continue to get great sleep. We wake up well rested and our backs feel supported. At this point, my entire immediate family are sleeping on Helix Sleep mattresses, as well as extended family and friends, and everyone reports getting great nights of sleep. All Helix Sleep mattresses are fiberglass free, and everyone comes with a 100-night sleep trial to make sure you love it, and a 10-year warranty, and there are also flexible payment plans and financing options. Helix Sleep offers 20 unique mattresses, including their Luxe line and the Ultra Premium Elite, also Helix Plus for big and tall sleepers, and Helix Kids. So if you'd like to start getting some great sleep, you can click the link down below or head over to helixsleep.com/emmymade to receive a 20% off a Helix Sleep mattress of your choice, along with 2 free pillows. Big thanks to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video and for their continued support so I can make better videos for all of you. Alrighty, my lovelies, today I'm going to share with you some flea market finds, and we are going to test out their efficacy to see how well they work. Most of these items I found I paid a single dollar for, which is unheard of these days. I love going to the flea market. My husband and I love it. My children not so much, but we love looking for treasures. So let's begin with this. This is a pepper mill, a pepper grinder. It's empty, and I'm very curious to see if it works. I love freshly ground pepper. It's my favorite. My children love pepper even more than I do. You should see the amount of black pepper they grind onto their bagels and sandwiches. It's almost obscene, but they really, really love black pepper too. So not too long ago, I purchased a small mill about half this size that could be used either for salt or pepper, and it was, I believe, $40. So you can understand my excitement at finding one of these, a mill that's much larger, for $1. Solid wood construction, and it works like this. You take this little piece off, I believe this is brass, and this part is removed, and this is where you place the peppercorns. Made in Italy. I do have this pepper mill, which I think works just fine. It's from OXO, and I believe this one was about $20 or $30. Purchased it a few years ago. I like that it has this adjustable grind here, but these ones have an adjustable grind based on how tightly you screw on this little screw on the top. One thing I don't like about this, I always end up doing it upside down. I never know which side is up. This is the side the pepper comes out of, and somehow that's kind of counterintuitive to me because it gets narrow. I don't know. I'm constantly like looking at it to see which way I'm supposed to turn it, which is silly. It works just fine though. Plus it's all plastic construction. Something about an old wooden mill seems lovely. This used to be my job back when I was a youngin', to fill up the pepper mill. And so I would be doing this and spilling peppercorns everywhere. But this is something that I invented when I was a kid, quite proud. So you take your hand, you cup it around the outside like this, and then you pour it into your hand funnel, like that. See? And then you don't get peppercorns all over the place. See? Hand funnel, pour, shake, 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 shake. This part back on top, and this little screw top on top like that. Oh yeah, it works. It works. It works. So on the very loose setting, it actually doesn't grind it that coarsely. It's pretty fine. As opposed to like this modern one, if I put it on big grind like that, and I grind it, it's much coarser. The use of it is very comfortable because it has this longer shape. There's a lot more to grip. So it's a very comfortable pepper grinder. There's not a lot to hold on to though from my new grinder. That's the old one. That's the new one at coarse, which isn't really that different. In terms of adjusting the coarseness of the grind, this is very limiting. It really just has one setting, but I'm okay with that. For $1, all wood, sold. I also found this in the dollar pile. I love looking for old tools because they were just made so much better. This is just a really simple spatula with an all wood handle, and see how these rivets go all the way through the metal, and the metal goes all the way from the blade through the handle. I believe they call that a full tang. It's a simple spatula, but here's what I love. Look how flexible it is. Can you see that on camera? Universal. I think this would be perfect for frosting. I have two versions for cakes. This is good for big cakes and frosting, but in terms of getting those nice swoops, this one is so flexible. So the next dollar item I have is this. Look at that stout construction. I wish you could feel this. This is just very sturdily built. Looks to be stainless steel. It is made by Nevco, Japan. I wasn't able to find out how old this is, maybe 1960s? So it's spring loaded, so it has a really nice action. Squeeze it, it springs back. And I believe it's for squeezing juice. So I've got a great big lemon. I don't think it would be appropriate to put this size of a lemon in here, but maybe a lime, a half a lime would fit inside this. Let's see how well this works. Maybe 2. We squeeze it and it should come out of these holes. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, it kind of wants to come out. That didn't quite work the way I expected it to. All right, so we're gonna try 1/4 of a lemon. Maybe lemons were smaller in the 1960s. No, that works, but I just got pits in there because I turned it upside down, which is not what you want. I think this is a lot of user error. All right, let me go see if I can find a lime, because maybe this is a limer, and not a lemoner. I'm back with a lime that I believe will fit in my juicer. Whenever you're squeezing, juicing, dealing with citrus, particularly lemons and limes, make sure you wash your hands really well with soapy water, because something called a phytophotodermatitis can happen, which I learned the hard way. Some kind of chemical in the oils or the skin or the juice, I'm not sure. Something about the citrus. When you get it on your skin, you don't remove it and you go into the sun, UV light reacts and you'll get a chemical burn. I learned this the hard way. My kids did too. We decided to make some limeade, squeezed in some limes, got the juice on our hands, didn't wash it off completely, went out, I believe we went to Disneyland, spent the day out there. The next day we had burns in the pattern of citrus juice sprays all over our hands, and this is going to fit in there perfectly. Squeeze it in there. Look, it doesn't fall out. Okay, maybe this is a lime juicer. Yes, yes. Although look, it's wanting to squeeze out. So go back in there, push her down. Okay, there's our finished lime. Pretty empty of juice. In terms of applications, I could see this presented on the table maybe, if you had some kind of fish dish or something that you wanted fresh citrus squeezed on as you are serving it. I think that's the only application I would see myself using this, to be honest, because when I need lemon or lime juice just in small quantities, I use this highly technical gadget called a fork. And I just stick it in here. I think I learned this from Emma Lagasse. And then you twist and then you squeeze like this. And you get tons of juice, all of it out. And what the fork does, it kind of breaks the membranes that separate those little bits. In terms of juice extraction, it's identical. Check out this cute little thing. Have you ever seen this before? So stinking cute. A little wooden gadget. It's about the size of my hand. It's pretty small. And this is a butter stamp. It has a little pattern. I think that's like a wheat, sheaf of wheat or something, grain. And this goes in and out like this. And it's to stamp butter or shape butter. Even though it's brown, I did clean it with soap and water. Fill the mold with this somewhat spreadable butter. Oh my gosh, when we went to Ireland, we had some fantastic butter. Oh, this is perfect. I think this was originally used to serve pats of butter. Perfect. Alrighty. Oh, yep. Push. Oh, look at that. See that? Then we just pop that off. But yeah. Let's try it again with this cold butter. It is much harder to pack in there when it's cold, but I think the design will show up better. I'm gonna use my thumbs because this is my butter and I don't mind my thumbs showing up in there. Ta-da! Try it again. Okay. Oh yeah, much better. Boom! Look at that. Yo. That's so beautiful. It's much more three-dimensional than I thought it was going to be. This I paid $20 for. I believe this was made in maybe the 1920s, maybe a little bit earlier, but it is a milk bottle, but it's special. And it says up here, it whips, if you can see that. And down here it says, purity made. So milk used to be delivered to your home and it would come in glass jars. And I believe there was a redemption value on them, and then you would turn them in and get them refilled. And this is a testament to when milk was not homogenized. Present day milk is homogenized, meaning it is beaten so that all the fat globules are mixed into the milk so that it's all consistent. Before then, when you milk the cow, and the cream or the fat would float to the top. And then you would use this little spoon that comes with this to scoop out the cream, which you could eat, but you could also make into butter. If you haven't seen my how to make butter video, I made a few of them. One of them I used an old vintage paddler maker using cream to beat the cream. If you've ever done it as a preschooler, one of my favorite projects, you take a little mason jar, fill some cream in there, shake, 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 shake it, agitate it, and the fat will separate, and that is your butter. So since present day milk is homogenized, I'm going to use a combination of non-fat milk and cream. Non-fat milk, which is milk that has the fat removed, and then we have cream. I believe it's 32% fat. And then we'll pour that on top and it should float to the top. It's difficult to see because it's all white, but it is in this portion. You can see a little bit down here. It's a little yellow. And we're going to use our little scooper and get our cream. How cute is that? To get our cream into the jar. When my kids were little, we did purchase the unhomogenized milk many years ago, just because I was curious. And the cream really sits as a layer, like a solid fatty layer on top of the milk. So a little bit different than this situation. But I get to test out this old thing. Now we're going to top this off. A little bit more cream, put them up to the side. Oh my God. Lovely. Swell, swell, swell. Add more cream to the jar because we spilled half of it. And this is really simple. Just put a lid on. This is perfect for preschoolers, perfect for any kid actually, and you just shake. This is really great if you've got leftover cream, don't know what to do with it, just put it in a jar and shake it. You can make butter. If you want whipped cream, you can do this too, and then you can just serve this on your pie and your desserts. So this is the consistency after about a minute of shaking. All right, oh my gosh. Another 30 seconds, look at this. Now that looks like whipped cream. So you can really feel the difference in the jar. Now it's no longer smooth and it's grainy. So we're almost there. Whoa. See that beautiful yellow boulder there? That little fat berg is our butter. Now we can add a little bit of salt to that and press out the excess liquid. Wrap it up in parchment, and there you have it. Homemade butter. Our final gadget. And it is this. and I paid $1 for this. It's called the High Speed Beater, made by Echo Corporation Products. It doesn't have a date on it. Made in the USA. This you've probably seen before, or a version of it, maybe at a thrift store, in your grandmother's kitchen maybe. Let's use this little crank, spins the beater. So let's make a box of Jiffy corn mix. Dump that in there. 1/3 of a cup of milk into there. 2 leftover egg yolks. Summer corn, cut off the cob. And we're gonna mix that all together. Whoa. So it's doing a pretty good job of things. I think it might be better for a looser batter. It's hard to keep it stable. So to crank it and to stir it, maybe it would be better for eggs, or maybe a thinner batter. It's kind of, you have to use kind of a good amount of effort. I don't see how this would be better than using a wooden spatula. But if you're beating cream to make whipped cream, then I think this would be good. Oh my God, I just sent a spray. As if I didn't have enough to clean up already. Oh man, not my day. Alrighty, my lovelies, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna make these muffins, I'm gonna bake them up, and then I'm gonna eat them with some butter that's been embossed with a leaf pattern on top, or sheaf of wheat, whatever you want to call it, because I think it's time to stop filming. It's been a long day. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks so much for watching, and big thanks to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to get yourself a Helix Sleep mattress, please click the link down below or head over to helixsleep.com/emmymade to receive 20% off a Helix mattress of your choice, along with 2 free pillows. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care. Bye. Everything is covered.